10 weird places where people got stuck. Hey guys, welcome back. Is it just me, or do you also think of some bizarre events like getting your head stuck in the fence while in public? Well, if you do, then this video is definitely for you. We are going to show you 10 such weird and awkward places that people got stuck in, and you will not believe what happens next. So, make sure you watch until the end, as the number one will make your anxiety reach its limits. Number 10. A claw machine. A giant see-through container full of plush toys is any child's idea of paradise, and they will attempt any means possible to inhabit it. For 3-year-old Jamie Bracken Murphy of Nenagh, Tipperary, Ireland, that meant crawling through the small flap from which the toys can be retrieved and finding himself lodged in the claw machine. Murphy was also on display for about 10 minutes before an off-duty fireman was able to coax him back out the way he came in. Jamie's father, Damien, expressed little surprise at his son's predicament, saying that he's a very mischievous, sharp kid who's always pushing boundaries. Number 9. A traffic cone. In 2013, a man in Hemel Hempstead, Hertfordshire, England, thought he'd have a bit of fun by sticking a traffic cone, otherwise known as a bollard or pylon, on his head. To his dismay, the large cone slid down over past his shoulders, entombing him in plastic. John Waterman, a witness to the incident, captured it all on his cell phone. It was very random, Waterman told the Telegraph. It's not the usual thing you see in the middle of Hemel Hempstead on a Sunday lunchtime. The man stumbled around for more than 2 hours before anyone bothered to call the police. Number 8. A cement hopper. Aurora, Illinois was the site of a recent cement mix-up when an unidentified man became trapped in a cement hopper. The worker had climbed into the machine to clean it, but found he was unable to move when residual cement on the machine's floor began hardening around his legs. It took firefighters more than 2 hours to extricate him from the hopper. He was taken to a nearby hospital and treated for minor injuries, but released the same day, according to the local fire department. What is the weirdest place that you don't want to get stuck in? Come on, I know you have that one disturbing thought sitting in your mind. Spit it out in the comments below. This reminds me, our next mishap is probably the grossest one on this list. Wondering what it is? Let's get back to the video. Number 7. A toilet. In 2016, a Norwegian man named Cato Bernstein Larsen found himself in deep trouble after he tried lowering himself into a public toilet to retrieve a friend's cell phone. The toilet's tank was located underneath the seat, allowing enough room for Larsen to become trapped. To his dismay, the tank, which is not connected to a sewage system and is only emptied sporadically, was full of human waste. Adding to the putrid nature of his enclave, Larsen vomited and was bitten by an unknown animal. His situation did not improve until authorities were able to come and pull him out. "It was damn disgusting," Larsen said. "The worst I have experienced. There were animals down there too." Number 6. A giant stone vagina. Torsen residents of Tübingen, Germany, are quite familiar with 𝗙𝗏𝗆, a giant stone sculpture of a vagina created by Peruvian artist Fernando de la Jara. The towering display sits just outside Tübingen University's Institute for Microbiology and Virology and has attracted curious onlookers since 2001. In 2014, an unnamed American student decided to go spelunking in the 32-ton carving for a photo opportunity and became trapped, necessitating rescue by 22 firefighters. The Guardian called them midwives and reported that the student was delivered by hand. Number 5. A washing machine. Sometimes games of hide-and-seek can go very wrong. That was the case for a man near Melbourne, Australia in 2014, who climbed into his top-loading washing machine fully nude to surprise his partner. Unfortunately, he was unable to climb back out. Responders were able to grease him with a liberal application of olive oil and pull him out. First Constable Luke Ingram told the Australian Broadcasting Corporation that, as a rule, my advice would be for people not to climb into appliances. The warning went unheeded by another Australian man in 2015 who found himself lodged in a front-loading washing machine and had to wait while rescuers disassembled the entire unit to free him. Things are going to get serious now. Hang on tight to your couch because now we are entering the top 4 of this list. Be ready to be amazed and scared at the same time. Number 4. A baby swing. If you're ever challenged by your adult friends to fit in a baby swing at a public park, you can confidently say that it won't work. That's because a man from Vallejo, California tried it in 2011. While he managed to slide into the seat using liquid laundry detergent, he couldn't slide back out. As his legs began to swell, his friends abandoned him overnight. He wasn't rescued until 9 hours later when a groundskeeper heard his screams for help at 6 o'clock the following morning. The man sustained non-life-threatening injuries to his body, the San Francisco Chronicle reported. There's no word yet on the condition of his ego. Number 3. A chimney. There are many Santa jokes to be made, but when you're the man trapped in your own home's chimney for 4 hours, there probably isn't a huge urge to start laughing. In late 2016, a Tucson, Arizona homeowner who had locked his keys in his home opted to retrieve them by re-entering his abode via the chimney. While it was a spectacularly bad idea, he almost made it. His feet were touching the floor of his fireplace before the space grew too narrow to allow for any further passage, and he got stuck. Firefighters were able to pull him out from the roof, covered in soot but otherwise unharmed. So far, this video has been a crazy collection of ups and downs. Which one had you biting your nails? Let us know in the comments section. Now that we've experienced the top 8, imagine what the last 2 might be bringing for you. Spoiler alert, the number 1 entry is one of my childhood anxieties coming true. Number 2. Power Up. Perhaps the driver of this vehicle was trying to recreate the famous lightning strike scene from Back to the Future when they managed to get tangled up in the power lines. More likely, they found themselves in these unusual circumstances as a result of an accident. Either way, extricating a vehicle from live and damaged power lines is no easy task and requires very careful work by firefighters. One woman whose car ended up tangled in power lines was trapped in her vehicle for hours while emergency workers removed her and her car from its predicament. And number 1, on the fence. Drug smugglers from Mexico have become very creative when it comes to finding sneaky ways to get their illegal products over the border and into the United States. The ground under the border is crisscrossed with tunnels, and the Rio Grande provides a relatively easy way to travel north, provided that you can avoid the border guards. One smuggler took a rather more direct route when he tried to use a homemade ramp to drive his Jeep over the top of the border fence near Yuma, Arizona, and ended up stranded 14 feet in the air. While it is scary to see anyone in such a condition, and it's clear this situation was potentially fatal for the person stuck, the good thing is the smuggler was caught after this incident. This video made me relive almost all of my childhood fears. Which one of these moments was your favorite? Let us know in the comments section.